We have seen mounting. So whenever you have to load a data after the render method, then you can use mounting, and updating will be called every time whenever there is a change to either props or states. And we do have unmounting. And unmounting, when the mounting is same like init method of Angular, updating is like your on changes in Angular. So on changes will also get called whenever there is a change in the properties. Okay, so is it like a shared property or the self component property? The on changes will work with the input decorator, output decorator. We cannot compare on changes with updating, because an on changes is like it works whenever we share the data, and whenever there is a change to shared data, then only it will reflect. So here updating is like whenever you are changing your state values or property values, okay, a render will get rendered again, and then updating will also get called. Okay, and we do unmounting phase. So in unmounting phase, when we are removing a component itself from a DOM, like then unmounting phase will be executed. So in this also mounting also, mounting, updating, unmounting, we do have a lot of methods. Even if you go to a React.js official site, right, you will see the mostly used methods first, and then rarely used methods in the second half of the page. Okay, so here, as I said, in mounting phase, constructor, a render, component, did mount method will be called. We also have one of the method called static get derived state from props. So we'll see this method. Let me just write down the methods. So we have a constructor from props, have a render method, and then we have a component did mount method. So in mounting phase, we will have these many. When it comes to updating phase, in updating phase also we have this method, and that means on first render and on every update, this method is also will get called. I'll tell you the usage of this method. Okay, so we do have should component update method, then we have a render method, and then component did update method we have it. So these many methods we have it in our updating state. Now comes unmounting. In unmounting you have only one method called component will unmount. In error handling you have one static method which will handle your errors. That is, let's say, get derived state from error as one parameter, and it also have component did catch, which will be helpful to log the error. It gives the information about your error. Okay, so these many methods we have it. So I'll just write mostly used. Okay, so component did mount is actually like the init method of the Angular, right? So this is also important, where rarely used. Render is important. Okay, in this two things are important. Rest of the things are rarely used. Like in Angular also we have rarely used methods, right? After view
Yes.
init and many init methods are there, right? After view init, after view changes, many are there like that. I have used a lot, like on changes. After view init I have used, and init also I have used, destroy I have used. So you can say this render and component did update is important methods, and rest of the things are rarely used. And of course, in this is an important method, and here also this is static get derived state from props is important. I think in future we will not have this component did catch method. Okay, so that is what the official site says, that component did catch will be avoided in future. We have seen render method, constructor method, did mount method. Now let's see the static method. Okay, so did update also we have seen. So static method is there here as well as here, right? So as I said, it will get called on mounting phase as well as in updating phase on every render, right? So let's have that static method our component did mount stops here, and then we'll have a, why is this static get derived state from props method is required. So this is basically a static method, right? So in class, why do we write a static method? So we will access that in by the class name and one-time initialization. So as it is a static method, it will get called on every other method. Okay. So as I said, mounting also, updating also, it will get called. So the purpose of this method is to copy any value from props to state, right? So let's say from my parent component, I have passed some props, right? So before we change anything, okay, if you want to copy some data to your state in your self component state, you can do that. That is why we are using this get derived state from props. As it is a static method also, we won't be having this keyword, so we won't be writing this dot set state. We have our own way of copying the data here. Okay, so if you don't want to copy any data, then you simply return null. Okay, so what you will be doing, you will simply be returning null. If you don't return anything, it will throw an error. So I will write console log, run this start, and then let's say if I don't want to copy the prop and save it in my this component state, what I can do is I can just return null. Okay, something I have to return. Fine. Class component. So let's say I'm sharing some data, random values else 20. Okay, or I could have written math.random, which will give you a different value. Now I'll just give a static value, and here I will share a data like say random equal to. Now what I will do is here, as I got the data, in this get derived state from props, it takes two parameters. Okay, one is our props and our state. See here what state we have a counter state. So we'll do one thing, we will just give a comma and print props as well as a state to check how it is working. So now remove the component from a prop. Now I'll inspect, and then you can see where is this true coming from. app.js line number 15. See here, I'm getting a constructor and getting this get derived state from props. So you can see random is 20, right? So I have printed props and state. So random is 20 and counter is 0. Then I'm getting this render method and component did mount method, right? So as I said, the same way it is printing, right? So I said that constructor will get called, then after that get derived state from props, render, and then component did mount. The same way it is getting printed, right? So now I also said that get derived state from props will also get called in update method. So see here, it is also getting called over here because my state is getting changed. So obviously this has to call, right? So see, on every changes it is getting called, right? So that is, now we know that we are getting the state and props from our static method. So what can we do? We can keep a copy of it. Okay, so how will you keep a copy of it? So let's say I'll just write random copy. So random copy, you keep it for empty for now, and then what you can do is you can just return it. So how will you return? You can write, you can copy random copy props dot random like this. If you just check what this random copy will print, then you can do it. So after this method only render method is getting called, right? So I'll print that here. So it should be this dot. So here what it is returning, it is returning 20, right? So that means my data has been copied to the this state, random copy, right? So in this way you can copy the data. Now you can write a condition also. right? So you can write that if you have a props, first of all you should get a props, right? So you can write if props, or you can mention that if props dot random, okay, you can write and props dot random is equal to, let's say I will write state dot counter. Okay, let's say when they both become same, right? When my random is 20 and my counter is 20, then only it has to copy the data. Okay, so what I'm telling is I have passed the data here as random, so it is 20. So my counter is now set to 0, so I will increment it to till 20. So when they both matches, then only you copy the data, otherwise don't copy the data. So in other cases I will just return null, but for this case, so if this is true, then the data will be copied, right? So let's see that. Lifecycle is a child component, app.js is a parent component. In your parent, whatever changes you make, that will also, your child component lifecycle will also get called on every changes. If you make changes to your parent also, okay, it will get changed, the render method will call again here in lifecycle also. So what I'm trying to tell is, see, in parent component you're simply doing a toggle, okay? So you're doing a true and false to one of your state, and of course here render can be called on every change. But what happens when you change your parent prop or state, also your child render method will also get called? This should not happen. So we do have one of the method which I'll show you, that is this only, should component update. So it is asking us, do we need to update it? So in this case we do not need to re-render the component, right? So I'll show you in this case should component, which I'll show you, okay, after this method. So now let's go ahead and increment it to 20, and then let's see. So now you can see my counter is there, my random is, for the very first time it is 20. Okay, the condition is matching. It should not, basically a random copy is still empty, but I'm getting the random, that is correct only. Okay, so props and states I'm printing, right? But it has not copied the data to our random copy. So random copy should also be 20 when the counter value is 20. So I'll increment it. Okay, so I'll just increment till 20. See, so now random copy has to be 20. See that? So it also gives you a previous state only, right? So now we know what does this static method will do. Okay, so basically you can just keep a copy of your data, props data, you can transform it to state.